Neo coming through with Don't Love Me is playing right here on Kenya's #1 hit music station, Kiss FM. 26 minutes to 10 a.m. And like we promised, we got a very special guest who's joining us here in studio to talk about digital creations.
Kris Babyy is here with us. Kris, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Fiti, niliuliza kama unaitonga Baby Kris ama ni Kris Baby peke yake.
Kuna ruma, okay, sitaki kusema mafala, but kuna watoto watanita hivyo.
Yeah?
Nakubali.
Baby Kris.
Yeah. Nakubali.
Okay. So Kris, how long have you been a content creator? I'll be honest, I started seeing you last year on TikTok and I was like, yo, I love your energy.
Oh, thank you.
So how long have you been in creation?
Since 2021, professionally that is. Yeah, after, just before I malized campus, nilikuwa tushaanza. Ikashika and here I am.
Wow. Na campus ulisomea?
Psychology.
Hey. So hapo una analyze the psychology of TikTok?
Yeah, lazima niweke skills zangu pale ndani.
Would you practice?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm actually supposed to go back to school very soon. Ni upskill, alafu private practice, of course.
I've seen there's something you do about wellness and mental health on your social media as well. So is that something that you're planning on going to also do?
Yeah, definitely. I offer free counseling, but ni vile sai niko a bit busy. But I used to offer free counseling where people would reach out and we just talk. We have a chat.
As a young person, what do you think could be some of the solutions? Because when we talk mental health, the #1 issue we have is that, everybody's told, oh, check on your mental health, but there's no facilities, there's no support, there's no structure. If you could fix one thing, what would you put in place?
Definitely making therapy more accessible and budget friendly. Kitu ni expensive.
Girl, how is it going to be budget friendly if everybody wants to go into private practice?
And how are you going to make your money if you want it to be cheaper?
Wow. You have taken us back to zero. No, but for real, if you just mentioned that, you definitely want to do it, but in private practice.
For me, sai nakulia content, right? So I can offer free counseling. Yeah. So hapo si feel ni kama nafinyilika sana. Kama neza kwa of help, why not?
And what are some of the big challenges, like the recurring challenges that you see people who you're speaking to with mental health issues? What are some of those common challenges that you're seeing people share?
Common challenges, especially Gen Zs. Watu wengi watuongelelea family traumas, work-life balance inatusumbua sana. There's the issue of sexual disorders, dysfunctions. Yeah, mtu hata ni vile tu kuna ile confidentiality. I can't speak about what most people come to me.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, basically hizo. Sana.
Wow. And so you talk to them and after that they're...
I mean, yeah, kuna wenye... We'll talk, I'll check in after a few months or days, or they'll come back and tell me their progress, and sasa hapo nitaweza kujua kama msee ana get better, ama kama anataka kusaidika, ama kama tu ni ile we mwenyewe utaki kusaidika. Unajua unaweza lilia mtu, but then you're not like willing
to leave the problem.
Yeah, you're not willing to leave the problem. You can just stay there.
The problem has become your identity.
No, you don't give it that much power.
I mean, yesterday I was watching a show and there's this guy who alikuwa sick and he was taking care of his 2 younger siblings who, because his parents had died.
Yeah.
He had just turned 18. So now imagine he has to be taking care of 2 kids who are under the age of 8.
Yeah.
Right? And so he becomes sick. And the doctor offers him, this is the solution. And the guy was refusing the solution. And the doctors couldn't figure out why. The guy would rather have his problem. Right? Because he was saying for the first time, people are taking care of me and not vice versa.
So it's like a new thing.
And note that this thing was killing him.
Damn.
Like it was life threatening.
But
right?
he'd rather put himself in that position. Do you find yourself therapizing like your friends, your family?
I try as much as possible not to.
Or you're not allowed to?
Ethically hata ijakubalika. But pia mi mwenyewe siwezi taka kuwa biased. Unajua, siwezi taka ati sasa jueni beshti yangu tuna side na wewe because it happens. Unajua?
Na kama una date mtu. Huwezi kusema when narcissist.
Kama ni ukweli naye nitambia mtu ukweli yenyewe hapo uko na ufala. Wewe huoni mtu hakufai hiyo naye nitasema.
Okay.
But sasa ile ati I have to take a friend or family step by step, hiyo sifanyangi.
If you're just tuning in, we are with Kris Babyy. You probably know her from TikTok or Instagram. You've probably seen some of her content out there, which has made you happy. We're coming back to talk about content creation. And amesema hapo ndio anakulia. Anakula yote ama? Saza Shake Ghana coming through with happiness.
Shout out to the fam on Instagram Live. So there's a comment there that Felix has just read out. Sijui kama umesikia. Yeah, somebody's proposing to you. Anasema Kwambox, I want to marry you. Are you single?
Who said that?
Iko hapo hivyo. Felix, thumbs up. Amesema hivyo.
On Kenya's #1 hit music station. Kiss FM. We're hanging out with Kris Babyy.
Yeah.
And we're not going to upstage her on her moment.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Mr. Pussycat Man. By the way, let me ask you, Kris Babyy. Hii hairstyle unaipatia?
Wala mi na dig.
Yeah?
Bas.
Yeah.
It
No,
really looks-
I literally, that wasn't the question. I said, ndo unaipatia.
naipatia sahi ni vile maintenance kidogo.
Oh my God.
I'll give it but generally
Unajua machali wanapenda hizi vitu.
a 9.
Machali wanapenda beauty, but wanasahau upkeep.
Manze chapa your fade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kila asubuhi lazima
Get 10. If get 10.
But
tambia huyo baba wako mazia kwa akitembea na wewe
my
everywhere.
baba moved you. That's a story for another day.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you're looking for, are you auditioning for babas?
Yeah.
There's the geometric guy.
Nazi.
Huyo paka anakuongezea nywele.
Huyo aliyekia
Wherever you
Super
don't
Boy.
have anakuwa.
Lakini
Hapa.
hairline yake iko sawa. It doesn't need iko tu sawa.
Okay. Yeah. Let's give you guys a moment to finish that.
Yeah. Nimekaguliwa, man.
All right. So, Kris Babyy, content creation. Tell me that fast content ulitengeneza na ikakutengenezea do. How long did that take in the process? Because a lot of people get into the content creation space and think it's going to be like this. And for some people, they're in there for 5 years, 6 years. Na bado hakuna pesa.
The first ever ama tunaongelelea do
Najua ile yenye ulitengeneza content do zikakam.
Wacha kwanza tu niseme
Pesa yenye utakumbuka.
acha niseme pesa yenye ya kwanza ya kukulia content. Ilikuwa collab ya am I allowed to mention?
Yeah, feel
Okay.
free.
Ilikuwa collab ya Naivas na FlexPay.
Okay.
So niko pale nimedance juu ya vitanda, wewe kwambia mtu unaweza nunua kitanda ulipe pole pole. Na wakatulipa, it was such a nice feeling, yani like for once mtu akwambia ati anakulipa na exposure.
Wow.
Unajua? Yeah. It was
Kama-
a really nice feeling.
If they were not paying you, would you be doing some of this content that you're doing? Because like you've just said, you could dance juu ya vitanda. Like ordinarily, nobody would wake up and say, yo, let's go dance on the bed.
On top of
Right?
that.
If nobody's paying you, right? But like content creation pushes that envelope. Sometimes unajipata unafanya kitu yenye, but hata unajichekelea as you're doing it,
Yeah.
right? And but the money is there.
Yeah, the man is there.
If you were advising someone who's listening right now, anataka kutengeneza pesa in content creation, what would you tell them? Ajipange aje.
Ajue niche yake, ajue Kenya anataka kufanya kwanza. Asikue, okay, kama mimi nilianza na dance and I was really, really good at it. But then nikafika mahali pia nikaona, I can do a bit of modeling, I can do a bit of acting. So, mi naeza blend zote. But kuna mtu hawezi blend zote. So, utapata kuna watu, unatry kufanya everything and maybe it's not working for you. So, you can just like stick to one particular thing and just flow with it.
You know, you're right. When you look at Sue Owino, when you look at our rugby chef, Mombachi,
Yeah.
right? Like when you think, if you're a food brand and you're, say, setting up in Kenya, chances are these are the names that will be thrown on the table.
Sure.
Right. But if you're somebody who does a bit of cooking, does a bit of dancing, does a bit of this, a bit of that, and you're not good at any of them, it's very hard for the brand to come for you because hakuna kitu yenye ume specialize in.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you specialize in?
I tell jokes.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, Kris, we see you working with, especially your acting part, yeah?
Yeah.
Like you work with a lot of male content creators. And like the chemistry, like with every content creator
crazy,
you work
right?
with, it's crazy. So I'd like to find like which one's easier to work with, like is it the babes or is it the guys?
The guys for sure. okay, the babes si ati ni wabaya, but unajua tuko na mashida nyingi sana na wanaume, so zina relate to.
What do you mean?
Like how will I say it? Based on the content that we do, like we mostly do relatable relationship stuff that happens. So there's a lot on that, unajua.
Yeah.
As compared to kama mimi na dem beshte yangu. Yeah, I'd say that.
Do you get people like who would confuse, like they'd see you with useful idioti, muna act mko kwa kitanda, the next time you're with comedian Mwirigi?
Let me tell you something. Yeah, kitanda. My mom actually told me, "Ai, wewe utakosa nini? Utakosa bwana." Anakuona kwa kitanda na wanaume tatu.
And has it reduced, people trying to holler at you and si uko na huyo nani?
Sana. Inaniokoleanga. Unnecessary small talks here and there.
Yeah.
Mtu anakuja kiasi, "Ona by the way, lakini wewe, unaona kanta shino." Like ni sawa.
There's a dance video mlipost juzi, muna date na Color Blue. Like
I saw that coming.
Yeah? You saw it,
No. It was just a reunion. It had been like 3 years since we last created together.
You've dated before?
No, we've not.
I swear.
Are you
this
sure?
guy, I
you know how many people we've had sit on that seat? We've asked them a direct question about dating and they said no.
Leteni
the very next day.
Leteni ile ni ya kuangalia heartbeat kama mtu anadanganya. We've never dated. Unajua sisi tulianza couple content, like we're among the first people to start that. And we didn't put it out there whether we are dating or not. So people assumed we were dating. And it was working for us, so sure.
Before I let you go, I've got. Of course, me. I'm always about the money, because if you're doing something and you're putting your effort there, if you're not getting paid, man, something's not working out. In earlier this year, I think it was somewhere in March, April, the president had a meeting with guys for Facebook, and then they came and announced to us that look, starting June, July, monetization, right? And recently they said because of the Mandamano things going on, they postponed the date. Are you looking forward to monetization on platforms like Facebook? First, are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I am. After, actually, hata nilianza kuweka content, when was it? Early this year. Just in case kitu kayo introduce you Kenya, because they were going like country to country, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I decided to start putting content there.
And how is it going on Facebook?
I'd say the reception ain't that good, but we're getting somewhere. Bado tunajijenga.
Wanasemanga Twitter inakuanga na watu yani kihia worldly people. TikTok na Instagram ndio inakuanga na the watu who are switched on. Facebook wana finding out 3 weeks later.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for taking time to be here with us.
Thank you for having me.
And we look forward to seeing more of your content and
for sure.
Therapy. So guys can reach out to you on your DMs to get therapy.
Kwa sasa, whenever nikipata hiyo time nikiwa free, I always put it out there. But for now, I have a lot on my hands. So
girls making money, so excuse her.